Verse 2. Chorus. Refrain.
Hey everybody, today I wanted to show you my worship pedal board for 2023. Sorry about the camera stand in the shot, it's just what I got and what's available to me to use. But anyway, let me just start from the top. I'm hitting this Ploytuner straight from my guitar, then out of the Ploytuner into the Digitech The Drop pedal. I mainly use this just to drop tune to E flat or something real quick on the fly. Sometimes I go down a little further, but the lower you get, the funnier it starts sounding. And anyway, it's just a super useful pedal for tuning, changing keys on the fly. Out of this pedal, straight into my volume pedal right here. And out of the volume pedal, straight into the FM9. I don't think the FM9 needs any introduction, but it's an amazing effects processing unit. The sounds you get out of this thing are unreal. Anyway, moving on. The Quartz, I use this as a save MIDI clock. I save my MIDI tempos is what I'm trying to say, for each song. So if I had a 4-song set, I'll just scroll through and save it. And then it'll also change right here for the FM9. And I use this too mainly just because it's easier for the tap tempo on the fly if we get off of the grid or go somewhere, do something different real quick. So that's that. The dual switch, I used to use this to change presets for all the songs before I really kind of did this. But now I'm happy with just kind of an all-in-one preset thing, like an actual pedal board instead of just having to, oh, let me change this to a whole different song real quick, Maybe if I'm doing a recording live or something, that's what I'll use that for. But for my typical Sunday set, this gets me more than enough through that set. Okay, let's hear some sounds now. Just so you know, I've got a Vox AC30 on the left side and a Fender Deluxe Reverb on the right. I know, crazy worship combo. Anyway, let's hear some clean tones first. This is on the bridge pickup. Move into the neck, or sorry, the middle. Bridge. And that's that. Moving on, the first effect I use is my first drive, King of Tone. Let's just hear what that sounds like in the bridge position. Dirty things up, for me pretty nicely. If I really dig in, it gives me that more crunchier sound for rock stuff. Second thing I have going on here is my clon. I just stacked this on top of this pedal just to give me some more rock and roll sounds. And those are my drives. I kind of just use those two, really. Nothing crazy. I'm not doing 4 or 5. I will say, once I have both these on, if I need a solo or just more punch to the amp, I will hold down this clone button that switches it to the B channel. And it just gives me more kind of like a almost breaking up the amp even harder kind of thing. Can be pretty gnarly with all the other effects going on with it. Okay, I'm gonna switch this back. After that, I hit my effects chains. So here's a vibrato that I use. Very typical. And if I hold it down, it switches it to a chorus kind of thing. And that's what all that does, vibrato and chorus. I'm starting to use those more and more often as I find as music this year comes along, which is great because I like that kind of stuff. All right, moving on to delays. I've got an 8th note set. Oops, sorry. Got an 8th note set here, and then a dotted 8. Starting to find I use more 8th notes this year than dotted 8, which is kind of funny. Anyway, here's the dotted 8 as an example. Play a little fast, something like 100. That's my 8th. Now let's move on to dotted 8 and change tempos here. Who doesn't like a good Raise a Hallelujah delay setting? So those are dotted 8s. Next I have the no delay setting. I have a dual. So let's hear what that sounds like. So that's my dual. Next I have this DM2. If I hold it down to the B side. I'm starting to find out that it's kind of like I use this as more like almost like a slapback, but not a slapback. Just adds more tail at the end of a song, like if I'm just rocking chords. You kind of hear how it does that thing at the end of when you stop playing versus leaving it completely dry. It's a nice little effect. Anyway, moving along, I got the Pog. I should say this is actually technically in the chain right here, but it's a Pog. I got it set up an octave down and an octave up. Okay, moving on to verbs now. This is just my typical verb. Standard I use a lot. I have it set right now to where if I hold it on, it makes the mix and decay time bigger. So this is what that sounds like. And if I hold it down again, it turns it off. Huge verb, it is what it is. It's bigger verb. I forget which algorithm I used, but let's see. And again, if you hold it down, it even makes it bigger, just whenever I need it. And then right here, I just have tremolo at the end of it, the signal chain, just right now as a place filler. I don't use tremolo that much, but it's there just in case. Cool. So let's hear some sounds I like to kind of do with it, this whole thing. You've heard everything individually. Now let's kind of put it all together. So let's just say let's do the Raise a Hallelujah. Everybody knows that one. Just going to put the normal verb on, and I'm on dotted eighth already, so I'm just going to turn that on. And then so that's kind of like my typical drive worship tone. Let's say I'm really rocking, driving. May even turn this off sometimes, but it just depends on the song. Guess that song. Yeah, that's another setting. Let's just say go to solo, just we can hear what that sounds like. So let's add some vibrato to that now. It's just another kind of sound I like to do. Sometimes I like to switch between the regular verb and the huge verb for this kind of sound, but it just depends on the song. Something like that. I've been really kind of enjoying using this POG. It's a giant verb, and then just sometimes add this kind of like a swell thing going. yeah, so those are some of the sounds I like to create. Yeah, that's kind of my board for now. Super simple, as you heard in some audio demos before. That's what it sounds like and can do. If you like this video, you know, like and subscribe below, and I'll have a link to this preset that you can purchase if you like it. But thanks for watching.